Hello horror friends, welcome to my second channel. It's more of a hobby channel. My gaming content goes here, my travel content, my organizing content, just whatever I feel like. So today I decided to do a review of Creepie Con, which was my first ever horror convention. And I have a horror story to tell you involving this dude, but more on that later. I urge you to stick around because I don't know, I still haven't processed what happened. Ironically, I also just rewatched Paul, which is one of my favorite comedies of all time, and they spend the majority of the first act at this sci-fi convention making fun of nerds like myself. Okay, so after that, I found out that the convention is a lot of fun, but it's also definitely a money pit. You show up with $200 cash and then it's gone by lunchtime type of beat. Because all the stuff there is so cool, like the coolest original handmade art, clothing, you name it. So I'm actually going to show you everything that I got. Number one would be this very adorable Pennywise mug that I was actually using to drink tea today. I love him. It's so perfect because the mug is huge and I drink tea all day, every day. I'm just guzzling that shit. So this was an amazing find. I think it was like 15 bucks. Here's a little close-up for you. He's very cute. And speaking of mugs, I also got a second one. This one was just calling my name. Are you kidding me? It even has the tiny little legs on it, like a real little cauldron. Up next, we found a booth that had decal stickers, and it was 5 for $15. I'm just gonna show them all to you. First up, we have the Hex Girls. I had to purchase this. There was no other way I was walking away without this. We have a Camp Crystal Lake counselor sticker. It'll match one of my shirts now. And we have this I Hate Everything, a very cute Wednesday Addams sticker. The other two that I got, I actually already put them on my computer. I was planning on putting all of them on my computer, but I realized that I left some horror stickers at my parents' house. Luckily, I'm going home next weekend so I can finish putting everything on my computer then. I just didn't want to keep going because I wasn't sure about the placement. It's a whole thing. So here are the other stickers that I got. Not the Jurassic Punk one, I already had that, but the Girl Gang one from The Craft and the Loser Lover one, those are just incredible. Now my laptop will finally have some personality. Up next, I got this really cute candle. It's this little skull head guy, and it was actually a drinking cup, but they made it into a candle. So once this is done, I will be using this for, I don't know, like wine. I don't even drink wine, but now maybe I'll start. It's adorable. I love it, and it smells very like flowery and fresh. Up next, oops, excuse me, sorry. I found 2 VHS tapes, spent $15. It's glorious. I mean, pretty solid finds. This is just taking me back. I love it. Someday, I will have a horror movie room, and I will have one of those tiny TVs that also has the VHS player built into it. But for now, I use them as decoration, so they live underneath this plant. And finally, the best item on the menu. This signed picture of The Shape in action. Nick Castle signed it Nick Castle The Shape, which I love. Don't worry, I will be getting that framed soon. I didn't talk to him very much. I just asked him what his favorite picture on the table was, so he actually picked that one out for me. And I got a picture with him. I really would have loved to chat with him more, but I was kind of at a loss for words because any question that I had for him, I'm sure he would have been asked a million times already. I also didn't want to tell him how much I love Halloween, even though like it's a nice thing to say, but could you imagine how many times he's been told that before? I mentioned Paul earlier and the fact that it makes fun of convention nerds because there's literally a whole scene in that movie where they go up to one of the meet and greet celebrities and they basically tell him their whole life story and they try to show him their fan fiction and stuff. And I was like, wow, yeah, that is pretty cringy. I'm glad that I was just like polite and kind of did my thing and got what I wanted and got out. Although to be fair, I don't blame the people that stick around to talk to them because it is $40 to get the autographed picture and to get a picture with him. So realistically, you do deserve to stand there for at least a couple minutes and talk with him. But I just try to put myself in their shoes and just create as little stress as possible. So my impression of Nick Castle is just he's a really sweet old guy. Same with Keith David, who we also got to meet. My friend Natalie got a picture with him and she got an autograph and then she realized that she didn't have any cash on her. A lot of the stuff in there is cash only. So she had to run to the ATM. So then I was just kind of standing there with Keith because there was nobody else in line at that moment. So I was just like, oh, so do you have a favorite project that you've worked on? He listed a couple and then he did mention that Dr. Facilier from The Princess and the Frog was one of his absolute favorites. That performance was pretty top tier and I also love The Thing, but I love all of his voice acting in Rick and Morty so much. Sadly, I could not afford another autograph photo combo, but if he's there next year, then, you know, maybe. I also really wanted to talk to Danielle Harris, but at that point I only had like $15 in cash and I felt awkward. I was like, is it rude if I just go up and just like say hi without buying anything? And that brings us to some footage image that we got right after we left the convention center. Because trigger warning for like sexual harassment and whatnot, we had a terrible experience going up to meet Andrew Brianarski. Hi, I'm editing, and if you're expecting me to ever start pronouncing his name correctly, you're out of luck. I'm sorry. So here is our story. So we have a story. It's really unfortunate. Oh, also, this is my best friend, Natalie.
Hi, I'm Nat.
We've literally known each other since we were like 4 years old.
Went to the same preschool.
Besties ever since.
Yep.
Anyways, we just met Andrew Brianarski at Creepie Con, which, first of all, Creepie Con has been great.
It was amazing. We had the best time. We got so many awesome things. Like,
yeah, and we met Nick Castle. I got a picture with Nick Castle.
Got a picture with Keith David, who was amazing. I love him.
Both very nice men. And then we were thinking about going to say hi to Andrew Brianarski, but we like didn't really have much money left or anything, and we're like, oh, we actually kind of like racked our brains because
we were really nervous. We didn't want to be awkward, like, because if you go up to him and then it's like, oh, picture's $40, like that's a lot of money for a picture of somebody, and we already spent a lot of money, but we wanted to say hi, you know?
Yeah, because we like him as Leatherface, and also like he was in the most formative movie of our entire childhood. He was in Scooby-Doo. Like the Cavern Henchman.
Yeah.
We were a mess. We were a wreck, and we were just sitting there, and like we decided to go get more drinks. Like we got more alcohol because we
would have got a beer because we were like, what do we do? We need more courage. Like, so we got a beer, and then we were still sitting there like, maybe we're just overthinking this. He's gonna think we're like pretty girls, and it'll be fine. And I mean,
and that was pretty much the case.
Yeah, it was not what we were expecting.
I'm just gonna be real blunt because maybe we can save somebody else this heartache.
We came up and Kylie said something along the lines of, this is so cool. Oh yeah, like,
yeah, I was looking at the pictures.
He said, say oh yeah again. And I thought maybe I didn't hear him right, but Kylie didn't hear him at all and asked him to repeat, and he said, say oh yeah again.
Yeah.
Like that, like nasty, like...
Bro, I couldn't understand what he was saying because I think he has kind of an accent. I don't know if he's like from Texas, but...
Yeah, he's kind of a gruff voice, and he definitely had a few.
I just literally, like, I couldn't hear him at all the first time, so I was like, what? And then he said it again, and then I still couldn't really understand him, but I thought I heard what he said because he was like telling me to say something, and I was like, let's give this man another chance. I was like, because I was just staring at, like, I could not believe it, and I was just like, oh yeah, or...
she was like, hell yeah, and then he was like, I liked oh yeah better. I didn't even know what to say. I was so caught off guard. I was like, oh my god, we just wanted to say hi because we love Scooby-Doo. Like,
it literally doesn't end there. We were just like, okay, that's weird, but like, you know, maybe just whatever, he's drunk. Yeah, blow past that, let's just get to business. But then he was like, how tall are you, girl? And I was like, I'm like 5'10", but like I'm wearing boots, whatever. He's like, looks good on you. And then he was like, what did he even say to you?
I didn't even hear it. He says it's probably something about my eye makeup, I don't know, or my mask maybe, because I had a little vampire mask, but like...
Yeah, he's like, it suits you.
He said it suits you. Like, he was really into Kylie. I think he liked, well, he's a tall dude, so I think he liked a tall, pretty, skinny lady. Like,
looks good on you, girl.
It was so creepy. So then we took a selfie with him. I feel like at that point we were kind of like, we felt bad because we were already approaching him and we were talking to him, and a selfie was only $20, so we split it.
Yeah, it just because honestly, like looking back, we kind of shouldn't have felt bad if we just walked away.
Yeah, we should have. We should have. I'm still learning to stand up for myself though, and that was kind of a fail moment. We took a picture with him and it only got worse.
Yeah, he was gripping us. You know, I guess as one does.
When he asked the guys behind us, he's like, can you take a picture of me with these hot ladies, these two hot girls?
Yeah, he's like, make me look real good, make me look cool with these hot girls.
Yeah. And then was like, see that? He kept saying it. He was like, see that, haters? Like, look at these pretty ladies.
Bro, like, if they were live pictures, I think you'd probably hear him saying it.
Yeah, I wonder. Oh my god.
I'll put it in. I'll edit it in if that's the case, but like... Salt, pepper, and okay, so women beware, I guess. Like, holy goddamn, I'm never gonna say hi to him at a convention again.
Yeah, childhood ruined a little bit.
A little
bit, like just a little bit. I was like, what?
Bro, it's funny too because like in the behind the scenes of the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre, one of the actors is like, there's something kind of off about Andrew. I feel like one day he's just gonna snap. Like, he's really in character a lot of the time. And I was just like, oh, haha, like behind the scenes, haha. And
I would be so much like more scared too. Like, this dude, luckily, like, this is a convention, he's sitting down, but this man is like huge. He's 6'5", and he's huge. Very like, I mean, he's kind of famous for being a big, strong guy. Like, I would be very scared to approach this man in public. And that was the way he reacted.
You know what, too, is like, we were kind of starting to inch our way back a little bit. Like, we almost kind of got away from there before we took the selfie because he was on the phone and this man was ordering weed.
Like, as loudly as he could, too. He kept insisting that he wanted at least 30%. That's like high. Like, he was like, I just want the best shit, please. Like,
and then so we were just kind of like inching away because we're like, oh, like, we might leave, you know, because there were some guys behind us, so we're like, oh yeah,
like, at least like it's our opportunity. Yeah, like, let these guys go.
Yeah, and he was like, no, wait, come take a fuck.
Yeah.
So, yep, the end. That's it. I'm sorry to disappoint. I really am. But yeah, okay, bye. So there it was. I still feel quite a bit of shock. It took a while to process what actually happened, but now that I understand exactly what happened to us, like, I'll feel better about shutting it down next time. It's just that in a convention hall, I thought that we were in a very safe space. Like, it just came so far out of left field, because I would assume that there's some sort of filtration process to make sure that it's all good vibes with the celebrity guests. Maybe the Creepie Con board of directors is all men. Maybe all the people running the convention are all men. I don't know, because how the hell do you let that menace of a man into your convention? I guess you can't spell menace without men. I also have to stress that this is an embarrassing story, and it shouldn't be. Like, he should be the one who's embarrassed, not me. But it's not fun or cute to have to share that something like this happened to you. Like, it's embarrassing. I'm just doing everything in my power to make sure that some other young girl doesn't go up to him at a convention and have the same thing happen to her. Because we went up to him thinking that he's gonna be completely normal, we're in a safe space, and then he was a fucking creep. Because there will always be the naysayers, so that's why I'm glad that we got even just the iota of proof that we have on those live pictures where he's like, oh yeah, these babes are salt and pepper. Also, we did qualify that he was probably blitzed, like he had an open beer on the table and he was ordering weed on the phone right in front of us. But you know what I've never done when I'm hammered or stoned off my ass, or even if I'm just having an off day? I've never sexually harassed anyone. So whatever excuses y'all want to make for him in my comment section, I don't care. Fuck Andrew Brianarski. Creepie Con, just do better. Have a better filtration process, because if he's there next year, I'm probably not going. Like, I'm just not trying to be in the same vicinity as that man. Also, Natalie and I were trying to process for a long time why we acted the way we did and why we didn't stand up for ourselves. And I think that it's because in a moment that's so shocking, where events are happening that are just so far out of the realm of your knowledge, like you actually can't process what's going on, I think that it's just a natural defense mechanism to act in a way that creates the least friction possible. Which is a huge reason why I think people are so quick to be like, she was lying. She didn't fight back, so it wasn't harassment. Bro, sometimes the consequences of fighting back are not worth it. That doesn't mean that people should get away with awful behavior like that though, which is why we're sharing our story. Heavy note to end on, I'm sorry, but everything else about the convention was great. Even the concession food was pretty good, which I wouldn't expect, but they also had a great selection of beer. Lots of people also dressed up, and the atmosphere was just super chill, very mellow vibes. They also had actors walking around, and of course somebody dressed like Michael who was doing a fantastic job. So overall, a good time. It was just really a bummer that that was the last thing that we did at the convention. So that's my review of Creepie Con. Besides the creep, it was a hell of a con. So hopefully you enjoyed this little review. I know I've never done anything like it before, but it was fun. I hope that I go to more conventions in the future, and I'll let you know what's up. I hope that you subscribe for more organization content, travel content, reviews like this, and I hope I see you in the next one. Bye!